What is up? Welcome to the Radar Rasslin Studios.
What up, Marks?
Guys, we had our hashtag Wrestlemania Smackdown just finished up. It's one of the more pointless episodes of Smackdown I've ever seen.
It's the show too. It's the
go home show, and they have like specific matches that should have just been on the Mania card or a Mania pre-show. But they decided to put him on this episode of Smackdown and just have a bunch of sprinkled promos, like sprinkled throughout the entire show that kind of just build to WrestleMania. This is a really, really pointless show, but we got what we got. So we're gonna go through it really quickly because there's not much to talk about. There's really legitimately 3 matches on the show. Neither of them are that great. So let's get into these matches and this show that was just all promos and build up and hype for WrestleMania coming this Saturday and Sunday. Before we get to the video, I want to remind you guys that you need to tune in 12 p.m. Eastern time, Saturday and Sunday for mega live streams that I'm doing with a bunch of other YouTube wrestling creators. We're all going to be in the big round table discussing night 1 on Saturday and night 2 on Sunday, 12 p.m. Eastern time. Make sure you tune into those live streams. Jump in the chat. Let us know your thoughts on what's going to happen each night of WrestleMania. So without further ado, let's get into the video. I want to drop a like and a comment on this video. Let us know in the comment section below what you thought of this SmackDown. How useless was it? Are you excited for anything that's happening at WrestleMania? And, you know, what do you think about the promos on this? Because I think it was promo heavy, but I think the promos were good for the most part. So let me know what you thought about all of that in the comment section below. Let's get into it. Subscribe, remember, notification bell, all that good stuff. Let's get into this. So let's start off with Daniel Bryan in the ring cutting a promo. It's pretty much just Bryan saying that, you know, he's earned his spot, and he says don't tell him no, because he's a big, you know, the yes chants are big. He's excited to go to WrestleMania where you know, they're gonna have fans finally. The big yes chant might go on, but you know, he says he's known to say yes, but he's been dealt a bunch of no's by a lot of people. No, you can't do this, no, you can't do that. So he's very fired. It was a fired up promo for him. He said this Sunday at WrestleMania they're gonna get the best Daniel Bryan they've ever seen, which could possibly, I think this could be a banger of a match, that triple threat match. I mean, honestly, Roman Reigns hasn't had a bad match since he's come back. And you know, even the matches that he's done where he's barely wrestled in, it's been good because of just the character development and stuff. But it was a really good promo from a fired up Daniel Bryan.
Yeah, I mean, this promo did what it had to do. It just had to get us excited for the match, and I think that's all the 3 promos that went on today was to get us excited for the triple threat match, which is basically the only match I'm really like looking forward to the entire 2 nights of WrestleMania. I'm just not. There's nothing really to get behind too hardcore. Maybe the Randy Bray Fiend match, but this promo did what it had to do. He did a good job of throwing in like the fact that I know what it's like to win the WWE Championship at WrestleMania. Like he's felt that, and he wants it again. Good fire. I mean, it's Daniel Bryan, and his promos, when you look at the beginning of his career to where he is now with his promos, like they're night and day. It's like it's a great promo. I think everybody had a good promo. I think this was the best of the 3 guys in the match. I think he had the strongest promo of the night.
That's up for debate, but it was a good promo for him. But let's go to the next match. So the first match that happens is it's a fatal 4-way tag for the tag match for the SmackDown Tag Team Championship. A match that you could have had on WrestleMania kind of opened the show because it was an energetic match. That's what it was. There's a lot of spots, so it was fast paced and energetic. It was a solid little match, but it was this would have been a good opener for like a night 2 or something like that.
Yeah,
I think probably would have been a good
opportunity.
Yeah, it's a missed opportunity just to put this on SmackDown. You know, there's a couple matches like the Tag Team Turmoil match for the women they could take off probably night 1 and then maybe add a match and then change the match for night 2 to make this the opener of night 2. I think this would have been better because it's for the SmackDown Tag Team titles. You're not really showcasing them by putting them on the hashtag WrestleMania. Or
even a pre-show, like a pre-shows, because we don't need those like too much time on those talk.
Yeah.
You know, the first hour of them talking, it's like we know what's going on. Just like this would have been great in the pre-show. The commercials kind of ruined it. It was a good match. Just the commercial breaks kind of ruined the whole flow of the match.
Yeah, that's the problem. Is the commercial breaks were involved in this match. You got Ziggler, Rude, the champions, take on Street Profits, Alpha Academy, and the Mysterios. Ziggler and Rude get the win here by stealing it pretty much because you know how Montez before hit the splash, but then they tag themselves in. Rude and Ziggler do, and then they steal the pin. I think this is a
super kick by Ziggler. Robert Roode is legal. Crawls into the cover. Roode and Ziggler steal one to retain the title.
I think this is a missed opportunity to have the Mysterios win these titles. I think they should be tag team champions, a father-son duo, and I think that was perfect for them to do it at WrestleMania. I think it's a missed opportunity, but that's what we got here in terms of a match that probably should have opened up WrestleMania, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Next thing was an interesting thing. We had Tamina versus Nia Jax, a match that why we got, I don't know, but Tamina won to do disqualifications. A lot of hoopla with Reginald because he's still involved, and then you have Shayna Baszler getting in the ring and just attacking Tamina, causing disqualification. Big brawl ensues there. Then you have another like backstage segment with again all the women involved in the tag team turmoil match start fighting each other, minus Billie Kay and Carmella, who are just taking claim to whoever wins the title on night 2. They're gonna face them eventually later on because now they're a tag team, Carmella and Billie Kay. Yeah, it's whatever. I don't know.
What does it come up with? This is a lazy booking. The whole thing is just a complete mess. No one cares. Like, just do what they're doing on NXT. It's so much better than the tag team division. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it was just a disaster. Next thing they showed was Edge's promo. So Edge cuts a promo, and it's a really good one because it's very spiteful because he's upset at Daniel Bryan that the spot's being taken. He's even pleading to Roman Reigns and going to Roman Reigns saying that he's taking our spot. He's taking the match we were supposed to have together. He's interjected himself in here, and he talks about the long journey coming back 9 years, all the neck fusions and all the pain he had to go through just to come back. And he's performing at a level that nobody else would be performing at with the injuries and the surgeries that he's had. So it was a tremendous promo in that aspect. Edge is like a knockout promo pretty much every single night, especially since coming back. Since last year's, 2 years ago's like Royal Rumble, that coming back, and then those promos but Randy Orton, he's done a really, really good job. You could tell the acting chops that he's developing here and there over that time he's been out of the ring, that he's applying to his promos in ring. So he does a really good job, but he has a legitimate gripe. Honestly, he does. He is the heel. But if you listen to his claims and what he says, you kind of feel sympathetic for him because he's telling the truth.
Sympathetic heel, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, he basically just threw the truth out and what like the internet's saying and like what the facts of the reality of the situation. It's like, hey, we just had this match. It was supposed to be me and a top guy in the business, and I made my comeback, and then we're just throwing Daniel Bryan in here at the just randomly, which kind of felt random. We were talking about it. It kind of feels random, even though going now. This night kind of set up. This night was pretty useless. Besides these promos, just getting us excited for them for like the main event of night 2, right? This is the main event of night 2, the triple threat match. So this is like the big dog match. So it's just like, yeah, they did a good job. Edge gun great promos, and when you throw in that real life things going on, there's probably some backstage heat, like for real, because the fact that Edge probably wanted this moment between him and Roman, and throwing in Daniel Bryan probably caused some real rift between everybody. So I think there's probably a little bit of realism in there, which makes it that much better. So I'm excited for the match. Again, like I said earlier, this is the only match I'm really excited to watch.
Yeah, he does. It could be. I mean, he has a heavy gripe, but like, let's see what happens.
I mean, it's a gripe. Like, you've been gone 9 years. You come back. You win Royal Rumble. That's your moment. You build to going against Roman, and then all of a sudden, we're just gonna throw Daniel Bryan in, where he always kind of felt like the throw-in piece. I mean, it's not like you're throwing in, a random person. It's Daniel Bryan, but it's still pretty random.
It is. Next thing I show you is Sasha Banks talking to WrestleMania. They had Bianca and Sasha doing separate promos talking about WrestleMania. That's all there was to it. Nothing special from their promos. Sami Zayn showing up at Logan Paul's sparring gym in Miami. He's there with his brother Jake Paul sparring, and it was funny that Zayn tried to get involved in that, and then he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna spar with you guys. How about the three of us go?" And then he goes gets his stuff and he gets locked out, and they will let him back in. So that was funny. And then he comes into the arena. He's there in the arena, upset with Michael Cole and Corey Graves for actually showing that and talking about that. Then he gets attacked by Kevin Owens. They brawl, and then Sami Zayn hightails it out of there, and Kevin Owens just left there while the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal is about to begin. So another Mania match, a staple of Mania, the prestigious trophy.
The last 5 years, anyway.
Yeah, the prestigious trophy of the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, because you win it and it means absolutely nothing. Interesting note here, they were talking about the prior winners and they omitted the Big Show. So with them having Chris Jericho on the network and Austin's podcast, but not omitting the Big Show here, you can see how
dumb.
It's the forbidden door that it doesn't actually it doesn't actually exist, and it'll never be really open if it actually does exist, because it's for the network. He's willing to do business with whoever because all eyes are going to be on the network and drive more traffic to the network.
Yeah,
when it comes
to on Peacock now.
When it comes to TV, you're not being mentioned, you're not touching it, because that's his television product. He doesn't want you to be acknowledged, give you any play on any free TV. But when it comes to the network, a paid subscription based program, he'll bring whoever the hell he wants, talk about whatever the hell he wants on there, have whoever the hell he wants, because it's gonna bring money. It's gonna bring money and eyeballs. So it makes sense in terms of that. But it's like kind of petty in the end.
Like, it's very petty because you got the best Big Show. You got the 20 years out of the Big Show. He's never gonna be any bigger than he was on your on WWE, then he's going to be an AEW. There's just no chance. He's older. He's not the same guy. He's been abused and used. And, it's great that Big Show's over there, but, you got the best of Big Show. It's like you can at least acknowledge that he won this damn tournament. Yeah. That means absolutely nothing because you basically have failed since day one. Since Cesaro won, you had the video of how they, completely wasted Cesaro. And he was the first winner. And we were all excited at WrestleMania 30 in New Orleans, the night Daniel Bryan won the championship. And it led to nothing. And since then, Rob Gronkowski has been in the midst, but it's led to absolutely nothing. So it's just, and then the fact that this was a Mania match is now on SmackDown. That couldn't even make the pre-show. What's the point of even having it? It doesn't make anybody over. It doesn't advance anyone's career. Jey Uso won it. Spoiler alert. Who cares? I mean, he's been losing matches left and right, failing Roman the entire time. He wins this. It still means nothing. It means nothing.
Well, let's get to how it really means now. So these are participants: Akira Tozawa, Angel Garza, Eric from the Viking Raiders, we haven't seen in forever. Ivar, for some reason, not in here.
He's still in the company.
Grand Metalik, Lindsay Dorado, Kalisto, we haven't seen in forever. Tucker, who we haven't seen in forever. Drew Gulak, Mace, T-Bar, and Slapjack, who are still the same characters but not Retribution anymore. Humberto Carrillo, who we haven't seen in forever. Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin get thrown out like just jobbers in this one. Murphy, Jackson Riker, and Elias, Shinsuke Nakamura, King Corbin, Jey Uso, Mustafa Ali, and Ricochet. Now the final 6 here
for Battle Royal, man.
The final 6 here are pretty fire. I'm not gonna lie. You had Corbin, you had Ricochet, you had Mustafa Ali, you had Jey Uso, you had Shinsuke Nakamura. So the last 5. You had those guys. That's a solid last like 5 guys to have in a Battle Royal. So to be honest with you, that was a high point. In the end, it's Uso and Nakamura last 2. Jey Uso, the main event Jey Uso, which is going by now, which is an awesome name for him. He gets this win, and he wins.
Uso with the reversal, Nakamura eliminated. Jey Uso wins. Here is your winner, Jey.
And he wins the Battle Royal. Now he hasn't won anything, just fighting in the name of Roman Reigns. You got to get through him to get through Roman. He's lost all those matches. He finally wins something, celebrates for just a little tiny bit, and here comes Roman Reigns, just copping the spotlight, and then he has to fall in line completely, and I can't celebrate no more. He has to fall in line, and then here comes the Roman promo, which, look at all 3 promos, they're all done differently, which is so intelligently done by WWE to scatter these 3 promos and have them all feel different from each other. You had the fiery babyface promo, the rah-rah to start the show. You had the bit of the darker promo and more like grounded, realistic promo and bringing that realism in there and that background to it and kind of the heel, but he kind of has an actual complaint to be made that people can actually sympathize with. And then you have the man who's pretty much the Mad Titan of the WWE universe.
Yes.
Yeah, he's holding the gauntlet and he has all the stones already. And he comes out and cuts a Roman Reigns promo, cocky, confident, calm, and at the end he says, "You will all acknowledge me." And
acknowledge me.
And it's awesome stuff from him. I think it was the best promo out of the 3 just because it's Roman Reigns. But yeah, it was really good stuff from him. So I did enjoy all of it. It's a really good line. He says, every single day of the week when you train at 12, the 10 comes easy. So saying that every day of the week he's on top of his game, training as hard as he possibly can. So when it comes game time, it's easy for him. So that's really good stuff. But I enjoyed the whole entire promo. That's where the show ended.
Yeah, I mean, he was awesome. I mean, everything he does is gold. I mean, he's been... God, the fact that it took this long to make him, and I've said that a lot the last like 6-8 months, but he's just so good. It's just, bow down to Roman. He's that good. The fact that he said just show up and win, like the shirt. You guys bought the shirt, just show up and win. I mean, you can't beat that. I mean, he's inevitable. He's just that good. Like, he's just that good. The promo was great. Again, this SmackDown was not good. It wasn't entertaining to watch. It really wasn't. But these promos set up a match that we can get behind. Like, they did a great job getting us to want to watch this triple threat match. We wanted it to be a singles match between Edge and Roman. Daniel Bryan got thrown in, and we didn't like it at first. A lot of people didn't like it. I know I didn't like it. You didn't really care for it. But now they've worked it where I'm interested and I want to see who wins. And I can almost kind of feel that Roman's not going to come a champ. Psych. He's totally going to win. It's all going to be Roman. There's no chance Roman loses this. I'm excited for it. I want to see it. That's the only thing I'm excited about going into Mania. Like I said a bunch of times, but there's nothing else. And they did a great job tonight. And Roman's, I mean, like I said, bow down.
Yeah, all hail the Big Oos because he's running the show. But guys, that's that's the review for SmackDown. That's all we had. This is a whatever episode of SmackDown. Just kind of SmackDown didn't really need to happen. But it was what it was. I mean, this is what we got. But again, remember, tomorrow, Saturday, 12 p.m. Eastern. You tune into the live stream. WrestleMania Night 1. I got a ton of guests. We're all going to be in there. Big round table of all other wrestling YouTube creators. Then the second night, Mania, Sunday, 12 p.m. Eastern. Again, we're running another live stream, predictions and round table discussions on night 2 of WrestleMania. So both at 12 p.m. Eastern, Saturday and Sunday, night 1, night 2. Make sure you tune into those live streams. They're big. They're beefy live streams. So make sure you tune in. Get in that chat. Let us know your thoughts. All right, tweet it out, whatever, maybe drop a like on there, whatever, just get people involved. Let's get enough people in this chat for the live streams, make it fun, have a good time, talk WrestleMania, biggest show of the year, so biggest weekend of the year. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. That's SmackDown review. If it doesn't work for it, not your job.
Later, Marks.